Hello everybody and welcome back to ETS Reacts, and today we're back with Nippon Sangoku, actually doing episode 9 and 10 since I took a little 2-week break other than doing Liar Game and Witch Hat Atelier. It felt really nice. I've been going non-stop since I started my channel at the beginning of this year in January, so it felt like a nice reset to jump back into the end of 2026 here. So I'm excited to be back. I missed you guys. I missed doing the reactions, and hopefully you all missed me too. So I'm excited to jump back into my favorite anime of the spring 2026, Nippon Sangoku. Last episode, we got left off with the empty fort stratagem that Reunite implemented, and he scared the bejesus out of Wajima because he got the arrow through the chest, back on fire, and he was looking stone cold Wajima in the face and being like, hey, we aren't losing this war. And it freaked Wajima out, and she retreated. She was seeing ghosts everywhere. That like it was just Ryuman there. It wasn't even a trap. She was seeing a trap. It was crazy, and she retreated. And we saw that at the end of the episode that the banners were starting to go down. Trust was kind of on an edge point with Wajima, which was crazy because up to this point everyone saw her as this like idol that they were all a fanboy or girl about, like, oh, Wajima. And then just like that, that's all it took for Trust to go on this downhill slope. And it seems like she's going to be doing something to, I think, our strategist here, because I think this is the strategist name, Yayakichi. I think that's his name. So we'll see what happens. Is this guy going to take the brunt of it since he loves Wajima so much? We'll see. So I can't wait to get back into it with you guys, and let's get it. It is interesting. It's different, a little different intro where we get to see like all of Japan here. We don't really get to see that all that much, and we don't get to see Boo all that much, which I think is this orange nation here. So I like seeing the zoomed out version because you can see Seii, Boo, and Yamato, and I think we're kind of focused in here where my mouse is on like where the three nations kind of touch there. And it's funny because we're so locked in on it, and you think it's like a big area, then you see the rest of Japan and you're like, oh wow, we've been fighting in a small corridor. And remember, you gotta stay locked in on this like intro stuff with like geography, forts, where people are located, because if you don't, then you struggle a little bit with the story. So that's why I really try to pause and get locked in on this part. Right, and Wajima has done a really good job up to the empty fort stratagem of rallying her people, kind of being like the front and center idol, saying all the correct things to motivate the civilians. But in reality, she just wants revenge for her father, and she will do anything to get Ryuman killed because he's the one who like defeated her father. And then the father's head got sent back to Wajima, which I really think is more of a Taria thing than a Ryuman. Like, Ryuman's strategy might have been what defeated Wajima's father, but I think Taria is the one who sent the head back. Yeah, she had an overwhelming force that would have obliterated him, but she recoiled, and I think a lot of us would, because could you imagine, like, the courage and bravery it took to be Ryuman in this scenario, to basically take an arrow through the chest, your back on fire, and he's just sitting there like stone cold face. Like, that would scare anybody. Like, could you imagine? Like, I would definitely feel fear. But what's crazy is Washima knew that this was a strategy, and she still like lost her mind. They're not wrong. They're definitely not wrong. I'm done supporting you. So these are all like letters that they're getting from their own army, or is it like words kind of gotten back through all of, say, the civilians, and now the civilians are sending in letters? This has to be from the army, right? They can make such misguided criticism only because later investigation revealed. So she still has her fanboys, like the inner circle still has a lot of the fanboys, which, I mean, it is like the one mistake she's made so far. And, I mean, I just feel like this is really harsh from Seii citizens to just all of a sudden, her army troops to all of a sudden just be like all on her back, calling for her head, calling for her not to lead the army anymore. Like she's made one mistake. Now, is it a big mistake? Yes, because it's allowed the Yamato forces, I think, to kind of maybe re-energize or re-motivate them, and as well as they're kind of bunkering in, right? And it gave them time to bunker in, move the civilians in. Like it bought them this precious time that Yamato needed to actually win this, because now I think Yamato will definitely win after this big mistake. So will it be a severe punishment that Seii faces? Probably. Damn, the animation's so good. It's unique, but it's so good. Like this of Wajima's face, but then you get like the ugly motherfuckers, right? And their faces, you're like, oh my god, like that is so ugly. But she's done this a lot, and I think she's made some questionable decisions to me as a commander, because she basically says she's not punishing her soldiers who like go and just kill Yamato civilians and like rape the Yamato civilians that I think we saw last episode, which was like crazy to me. Like, how do you not go unpunished? And then she's not punishing these soldiers either, so she's taken a really lenient stance with them, and to me that's concerning, because we saw Misumi, right? And he's saying, hey, you need to discipline everybody. I don't care if you're a high-ranking official or you're a commoner. And I think along the lines of Misumi there. So it's for Wajima, I've always taken a stance of I think she's a good character. I want to see her team up with Misumi. There's starting to be like a lot of chinks and or cracks in the armor of her like personality. Yeah, this guy's Sayonara. That's why I think this Tears, the title kind of gives it away, doesn't it? This guy's a goner. Those are his kids, right, behind him. And we also saw last episode that Kaku was like coughing a lot, and so I think he's like sick and he might die. So that's kind of what I gathered from last episode. I think I said, oh, he's coughing a lot, and they're showing that a lot last episode. And then just like seeing people talk about it on Twitter and stuff, I was like, oh, Kaku's definitely a goner, and Ryomon's gonna survive after that whole empty stratagem. Like even like how they're kind of making him out with like how he has more and more scruff every time, like he's not fully taking care of himself. Nice. Nice, they've made good progress. They see they're having him cough again. It's great. You can't do that. You gotta keep them open for as long as possible. You know why? Because the army officials showed that they didn't care equally about the civilians. Like, they valued their own lives more than the civilians. Yeah, ignored the will of the people, right? Put the achievements of like the army and higher government officials above the common people. Damn, they're making Kaku have this unbelievable aura like right before he dies. It's good. He's passing on good knowledge before he goes out too. Like he is with Misumi, this random guy. Oh shit. He's so scared because he knew the risk that Ryumon. There's literally a fly. I'm gonna get this thing. Where is it? I think I might have got it. No, fuck, I didn't. I don't know. If I see that guy again, he's dead. He's a goner. Don't come after me, Peter. Um, no, it just might be the trick of light. I'm like, oh, I see it, but I don't. Anyway, where is it going with it? Oh, Kaku cares so much about Ryumon, and he literally dropped everything because what Ryumon did was so risky, and he knows the risk of it. And when someone's like, it's Ryumon, he's like, holy shit. And he knows how important Ryumon is for this whole success of Yamato. Damn, that's not a good look when you got an arrow close to the heart and then you turn him or you see like the what is it? Like it's like ash, but that's not really what they call it of like the fire on his back. Yo, hey. Dang, that's cool. Did not waver for an instant. Wait, what did he say? And I also don't like this about the new Amazon is they show whenever I click the like 10-second back, which is very annoying. Did not waver for an instant. If my tea preparation had even the slightest hesitation, I wouldn't be here right now. The fact that you sent me off, Kaku. So what Ryumon's saying is the fact that that Kaku was still behind, knowing that he could run the strategy to perfection, even if he was gone, is what gave him the belief to do whatever he was doing without showing the slightest hesitation, which is true. I think all of us, if we knew Kaku was back there, knowing that things would still go well, even if I wasn't there, if I was like the main leader. They really love rocking out to some guitar in this anime, which I love it. I love when the guitar comes up and it's you guys both give each other belief and trust. That's what makes you guys such a great duo, great combination. Uh-oh. No! Is this really how he goes down? This is so sad, though. They're both gonna be out for this battle? I knew he was sick, but I didn't think it was gonna be like 6 minutes into the episode. Damn. Alright, B, brother. You did nothing wrong other than your love for Wajima was too strong that you have to go out, which sucks. Like, he's gonna literally fall on the sword for Wajima to, like, basically take all the blame and be like, I'm the one who said that she should have gone in there to kill Ryumon by herself, and then I was actually the one who put, like, fear inside Wajima. Damn, she's like shaking. Yup, she's seeing her mistakes, because I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you're just allowing your troops to slaughter innocent civilians in Yamato and, like, rape innocent women and civilians? One, that was the first chink in her armor, and then the second chink in her armor was obviously this, in my personal opinion. Taking off a glove? Is that supposed to signify something? Like when you take off your gloves and you're holding hand to hand? and they like gave Wajima like massive fingers and hands. They look bigger than his. Wait, whoa. I was too locked in on Wajima's chubby fingers. Why would one who chose to retreat for the sake of the people and the nation? Other than it would have been a big save victory if she would have just charged ahead, like just don't even worry about shooting your arrow, just like rample over Ryumon with like the horses and all the thousands of troops that you have to go through that bridge and get a save victory. Now, do we have more information than her? Yes. Damn. Yup. If we do not want Yamato's history books to remember you as someone who is a retreater. Yup. Well, sadly, I kind of think history's gonna remember Wajima as a retreater who fled at the crucial point. And I kind of thought at the end of last episode, and then, you know, sitting on it for 2 weeks, I'm like, man, this might be the right point where Seii turns on her, and then she's kind of outcasted, and then Misumi, Sune, Wajima are the next like big three to rise through the ranks and unify Japan together, but I really don't think that's where the storyline is going. Lend me your wisdom. You must kill me, Wajima. You must drive the knife through my heart and call me the traitor who told you to retreat. Damn. Damn. You're totally misreading the situation, Wajima. He's a goner. He's about to fall on the sword for you. Too many people around her fall on the sword for her. Hey Yayachi, that's how you say it. Damn. Could you imagine doing all that for Wajima? Like, we really don't know all that much about this guy's backstory and if he like fought with her father, but we know he has this like really special place for Wajima as if it's almost like his own daughter, or a weird way he like likes her as well. I don't really know. He wrote that he murdered the commander's elder. What the hell? Damn, so he went far, and maybe some of this stuff was true because they said they mixed it in. And so he like maybe he actually did kill an older brother and all this stuff. So, but man, they're gonna like, if he doesn't kill himself, they're all gonna rip him apart limb from limb, like episode 1 that Tiara did to that poor civilian. Imagine his kids though, like that's the tough part too, is like his kids that are high up in this circle, like they're probably gonna be killed too. Like you're probably killing your whole family. I can't believe you'd go this far for Wajima. Like that's pure love. Yeah, I think he screws his kids over too.
輪島総帥はこの国に最も必要な御人です。
すでに決めたことだ。
親父。
意向を失った独裁者の末路は
Yeah. I mean, it never goes well once dictators lose their authority.
歴史の
And
使命
so someone has to take the blame, and she's made two big errors that I've already talked about. And if it has to fall on this guy, RIP, did you do way too much for Wajima? Of course.
心にある。国の指導者
So I think you're selling your kids down the river too with this stuff.
最悪の事態が起きる可能性は十二分にある。
You guys are probably going to face the worst case scenario anyway, so you're going to die for nothing.
それらを打開し、全員が再び輪島総帥の下で団結できるのなら、これ以上の消えはない。
It's weird. It's weird though. This is like you have like an idol or something, and there's like this grown ass man who's like way too old to be into like some 16-year-old idol. It kind of feels like that a little bit.
この国の現状を打開するためにも、大吉、安家、お前たちも私に対する訴状に協力するように。
Yeah, so they don't face like the backlash that I think they're gonna face. Well, I think you're gonna die. I think by the end of this episode, you're a goner for the tears for Yayakichi. I think they're gonna tear you to pieces.
準備は整ったか。
はい。連れてきた兵は皆、こたびの件は一切知らず、兵軍師に従い、あるものを捕獲するとだけ伝えております。
They've only been told to follow you and apprehend an individual.
これより総帥神殿を包囲し
Oh, so he's literally gonna go all out and try to kidnap Wajima, and that's basically gonna be this, give this letter like validation.
征夷軍師平八重吉は総帥神殿を包囲するため数十名の征夷兵を率いて
Damn, so he's literally just doing all this to get the people to believe in Wajima again?
八重吉の乱
And
で
he's literally just
神殿を
bringing himself down.
1名視察するも間もなく拘束され数十名の征夷兵は当作戦の目的が総帥暗殺であることを知り降伏吉は迅速な作戦かつわずか1名の死者をもって自ら謀反人の汚名を被ることとなる。すべて
I wonder if this is in the 32 stratagems that they talked about with like the empty fort stratagem. If it's like branding yourself as a traitor to go down in some like evil history book, but in the end it won't even matter because Sei's gonna lose anyway.
彼の筋書き通りにことが進んだのであった。
お前何考えたんすや。王様をずっと騙してたのか。
Oh, they're throwing rocks at him. I mean, this is exactly going the way that he wants it. It's a strategy to make Wajima this, like, undeniably the leader of Sei again. And I honestly don't love his strategy. It's, to me, I just like, man, you must have so much love and belief and full-on trust for Wajima to value, like, your own life less than that. Like, I can't, like, wrap my head around that at all. Maybe that's just me being way too self-centered. Seii! Seii!
これが妙は告発状を流布するよう指示したのはあなたでしょ。ふざけないで。今すぐ私に皆に弁解しなさい。
我が被災ゆえこの機にあなたを殺めることができず誠に無念である。
He's sticking with it. Cold stare, not even a blink. This is the same courage that it took Ryumon during the tea ceremony to sit there and, I mean, you know he loves this girl so much, and he's just straight on just like lying to her face.
八重吉、何を言って。
But like, I don't know if he ever took into account like the mental effect this would have on Wajima either. Like, what if she just broke down and she's like, I can't trust anybody anymore? Thought my closest ally, like, she just starts believing the lies.
コータも生きていればまた再び突き進める。私にそう助言してくれたのはあなたでしょ。してそんなあなたが私の失態のために自分を犠牲になど。
何の話をされておられるのか私には分かりかねます。
When is she gonna realize this is...
あなたの兄上たちを殺し
He's not gonna back down from the stance.
北越の大和民虐殺強姦の指示を出し九頭竜川での撤退進言で総帥の意向を故意に傷つけの謀反であなたにとって変わろうとしました。志半ばですがこれも人生どうか厳正なる法にのっとり私を死罪に。
Like how this is the part that I don't fully get, and it's just like, look at the effect that this is gonna have on Wajima, and like, is she gonna be able to just bounce back, or does this get her even more pissed off to go after Yamato and to take them down for basically knowing like the huge mistake that she made, and her only way to take this anger or rage out is to take it out on Yamato, and that's really what he's hoping for.
お待ちをあげます。大和討伐を成就するために兵軍師に代わる策士がいるでしょうか。いいえ、おりません。こたびの件は愚かにも告発状を鵜呑みにし、将兵を先導し、兵軍師の罷免を求める訴状を書かせたこの私に責任があります。代わりに私が罰を受けますので、どうか兵軍。
Who even is this guy? Who is this NPC? We've never seen him before. If you kill him, it won't motivate anybody.
ご慈悲を。
私も同罪です。どうか。
These are just the fanboys at the beginning of the episode, I guess. What a shameless farce.
俺からも親父を許すように頼む。ダメなんだ、兄さん。仮の召喚が処分されたところで。
Yeah, I was like, even if you punish some token officer, it's not going to do anything. That's not going to make the civilian army troops like happy. They want the big Frygon. They want the main culprit. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The son sees it correct, and he seems like the next best replacement for him, but I'm like, how can you like convince the rest of the army that his son is gonna take over for him? Like, everyone's gonna be against his family name now. At least that's what I would think. But the son's obviously gonna drive his father's death in even more, and maybe that helps qualify him to jump into the strategist role. It's dumb as hell, but I understand what you're trying to do. He's like, oh, thank you. One of my sons isn't dumb and he understands my plan.
父の本会がどうであれ。
Yeah, it's a clear traitor. What a traitor would do. You can't just let that go unpunished. Yeah.
九頭竜川撤退の件に関しても、日が沈む前ならまだしも、夜中であれば警戒してしかるべき。それをこの国の軍師でありながら、ろくな調査もせず、空上の刑に例外はないとの具言を呈し、総帥を窮地に立たせた父は。
1,000 times over, he's being. Yeah. And this is amazing for Yamato right now too, because if Seii wasn't in such disarray of their own ranks right now, then they could have been on Yamato's ass already. Like, Kaku's down and out. Ryuman's down and out. They still have like 30% of the civilians out wandering around, not going to the castle yet. And they're probably going to get all their shit organized and in place and have everything bolstered, ready for the Seii attack. And they're just like in disarray. It's over. It's over for Seii. In my mind, it's over. Damn, the forehead thump on there was insane. Please kill him. I mean, you have to. You're no other choice. Like, I know that you respect this guy, but he's doing this because he thought it was the best option. You got to, Wajima, sadly. It isn't the way you wanted, but it's the only way.
私は信じたくはなかった。
He's lived a good life, I guess. Maybe not really. But he's going out for his true idol love as an old gramps.
兵や弥吉を卓形に処す。
Ooh, that's a horrible death. He's going with the Jesus Christ? They're doing the Jesus Christ on him?
右前省生まれ。
Oh, we're getting the backstory. I just said we knew nothing about this backstory of this guy's life, so.
幼い頃は当時の征夷政権が施策した
The anti-Yamato policy
によって教育を
educated at an early age to oppose Yamato.
若くして故郷の苦徳を歴任。征夷国内の経済回復、
Nice.
治安改善に貢献。
Nice, so he's just a good guy all around.
外務官に抜擢されると、東国、武王と幾度も外交交渉を行い。
Nice, and he even negotiated with this state we haven't even been introduced to, really, Boo?
両国の共通敵である。
I don't know if that's how you say it, but...
ヤマトの侵攻に備える名目で、事実上の不可侵条約を締結させた。
Dang.
その後、ヤマトの軍事的進出の
And he's literally getting the Jesus Christ. My man lived too good of a life for getting the Jesus Christ like this.
また、慣例化による
Like, I think what happens is, like, your shoulders dislocate first, and then you're just, like, dehydrated, and you're not eating anything, and you just, like, die that way. Like, it's a horrible death. Your fucking feet and arms nailed into a post. She didn't give him an easy death. Like, this was horrible. She gave him a horrible death. Like, if you knew he was lying, just, like, give him a quick chop the head off or something. Damn. He was also cherished by the Wajima heirs, raised in a single father household.
家族同然の付き合いとなる。白虎の没後、己と白虎の悲願であった大和討伐を果たすべく、無才であった白虎の子息らを毒殺して、
Yeah, poisoned and murdered inept sons. So they were inept. They were basically just cuckoo crazy like Taria's, I guess. And Oga Wajima was the only one who had like a sane brain, and that's why he did it. So he did. It was the truth of he killed their older brother or her older brothers. I guess they're just getting straight to the point. They're not gonna let him like sit up there for a day, like however long Jesus did, and then she's gonna take the right to the gut and you're gonna bleed out. Still, that sounds like a horrible death. Like, just give me the clean one. Just chop the head off. You deserved a much better death for your life that you have given for Seii there, sir. But at least you go out. Though my life should end, my wish will live on, that Yamato gets taken down by Wajima. It won't happen, so your death was pointless. Damn, R.I.P. He was a banger of a guy. At least you're going out to your idol, Wajima. He's just gonna stab you in the gut right here. Oh no, right through the chest. Damn, they didn't have to make his blood splurt all over her face. I didn't think I'd actually feel bad for this guy, but I am feeling bad for him. Yeah, suspicion left unfulfilled. I mean, his goal was accomplished for the split second, and then they're gonna get absolutely destroyed in the Yamato battle. Well, of course it's messed up. It's effed up. It's definitely not right, but it's the way he wanted it to go, and history will judge it based on what happens in this future battle. It'll be pointless, and that's when, yeah. Yeah, you better make sure he didn't do this for nothing, but I think he did do it for nothing. What if she just like loses it? Like she just becomes crazed because there was already the inept brother, so like the family genes they might not all be there. What if she just like goes cuckoo crazy after this? I'm swear I'm gonna kill this thing after the episode ends. It's bothering the crap out of me. You were a good soul, other than you had a creepy thing for Washima. Outside of that, you were an awesome man. Did not deserve to die like this. It's like the slideshow of like my friend dying, even though I never really cared all that much about him through the series. Do not despair.
この国を、この国の民を、腐敗を極めたあの国になど支配されてたまるものか。
Utter corruption. It's a very interesting line because I think if you really look at her actions versus no, there's definitely corruption on the Yamato side, but there's forces fighting that corruption on the Yamato side. I think of Misumi, Sune, Ryumon, Kaku, like all of these people that are fighting against the Taryas and the corruption of Yamato. But to me, like, you're way more of a sinner than the Misumi, Sune, and Ryumon and Kaku. Like, the shit that you let slide, there is no chance Misumi and them would have let that shit slide. Papa, Yakichi, I will show the world. Sorry, Wajima, I just don't see that happening. And it won't happen. 12 years apart, I guess they died. I was like, whoa, we're doing a 12-year jump? Wow, next episode should be so hype. Misumi! I kind of all forgot Misumi was going to see the Emperor, and obviously Taria is going to be there. It's going to be the first time we've seen them face to face since Saki's death. I totally forgot about this. Oh, this is so sick. Really good episode. I think is it one of my favorites? No. I think it was really interesting, just the like strategy that War has, right? That, you know, some guy who's always done is devoted his life to Seii, and he just did it like even more and more and more as his life went on, to where he believes in Wajima, in the fact that she's going to be the one who has the mind to take over Yamato, and he believed in it so much that he was willing to sacrifice his own life because that was the only strategy he saw to keep her in power after these like two grave mistakes that she made of allowing the Yamato civilians to be killed and raped, and then as well as this retreat. And he fell on his sword here for Washima and her beliefs, and in my opinion, he's gonna die for nothing, and it is this motivating factor for Seii, like especially for the top brass people like his kids and Wajima, to be like, I cannot let, for Wajima's case, my father and my strategist die for their belief in me. I need to go and defeat Yamato now. But now that we've had all this in-house fighting within Seii, that it's given Yamato all this time for Ryuma and Kaku to like prepare and establish a fortress for them to be successful. And now, like, there was no better time to strike than when Kaku and Ryumon are down and out. Now, have they waited too long? I don't know. We'll find out next episode probably. But I also forgot about this whole episode is that Misumi is going and confronting, I think, Taria for the first time since Saki died. So it would be really interesting if he can keep his level head, which I think he will, and to attack this this confrontation together. So I'm excited. It should be awesome. As you know, we're jumping right into episode 10 after this. So let's wait no more and let's get it. So episode 10 here is called Reunion of Mortal Enemies. And Sune is on like the cover thumbnail of this episode. So I'm like, Mortal Enemies and Sune, are we going to get introduced to some mortal enemy of Sune, or are they really going with the Misumi and Taria mortal enemies coming back together to negotiate that we saw at the end of the last episode? Is it more of that, or why are they trying to confuse us with Sune on the thumbnail? Don't know, but we get to see our savior. Ryuman risked his life for the people of Fuki. Damn, people are just like dropping left and right in this anime, like the last 2 episodes when you think about it. We have Kaku collapse and it was like struck down. Does that mean he's like dead? Or what? I mean, struck down seems like he's a goner. And then we have Ryuman who's nursing this, and it really maybe is seeming like the older generation going bye-bye, and then you're having Misumi and Sune kind of rise in to replace them too. And then you have the old guy, the strategist, gone. A new generation replacing it. So it's a lot of this new generation replacing older figureheads. R.I.P. You didn't deserve the Jesus Christ. Oh, we've all been waiting for Taria and Misumi to reunite after episode 1, after the whole Saki incident. And you know on the inside Misumi's like raging, but he's just able to control his emotions enough. And like all of the shit that he's done up to this point is literally to take down Taria and to have Japan unite, because that's Saki's dream. And he's like doing all this at like 15. So she's kind of trying to make a turn for the better here. She's starting to kind of just take people who might have committed the previous crimes and just say enough's enough, we're killing everybody now. No holding back. Let's see what this grand plan is to destroy the Yamato army. Because to me, you waited too long. They're already able to fortify their walls. Maybe there's some way that you can infiltrate it secretly. I'm not 100% sure, but you guys left around for too long. It's over. It's done for. Ryuman, Kaku, they've already solidified this strategy. I don't see how you beat either one of them. Winter general strategy. So I wonder how many people this guy is going to lead to the fortress that Ryuman is protecting. And I think they've set up enough stuff here in the amount of time that they'll be fine like holding out against the small troops. But I guess their main focus is like going and destroying. However, I think it was like 30,000. Like it was a lot of troops that were basically camped in Funaka. Was it Funaka or something like that? Funakawa, something like that, up there. And so the main thing is to take them out, and so that the only reinforcements that you have to worry about is Taria coming up from the south. Yeah. With Taria. And just retreat up to the furthest point? It's not a bad strategy. Like, you want to get them into your territory, your terrain that you know best, and hopefully you drag them into where they're just shocked by the conditions that Seii are living in. I still find this like all too much to believe, because like when you're on the run for that long, it takes a lot of trust from her own troops to just constantly say, oh, we're on the run, like we're not in some losing position. Because when you're on the run, everyone thinks you're in a losing position. So it's going to be really hard to keep the belief of your own troops and stuff high when you're on the run and you're going back into like harsh winter climates. Like that's really tough. I must not fail.
誰よりも先にこの命を投げ打つ。民のため、国のため、共に突き進みましょう。
I'm surprised this is getting a lot of praise, like running away from the army. Shouldn't move in your condition. What is up with Kaku? He wants to know what's up with Kaku.
無理に動いて悪化したらどないすんのや。
核の容体を見るだけです。
ここまで来て追い返してもしゃあないやろ。
Damn, he's struggling.
なんで急に。
原因はおそらく
These were likely the cause. What?
抗ウイルス薬
Antiviral, anti-blood pressure meds, all sorts of stuff. So he was popping all these pills because he knew he was sick the whole time. He was just like trying to do anything he can to make it through.
その他もろもろ各藩の軍服から出てきたもんや。どんな闇医者から手に入れたんか。どれもこれも規定値を超えたガッツい薬。
Oh, he's overdosing on these meds.
思うに各藩はもともと複数の重病を患ってて、薬の相互作用と遠征による環境的要因が絡んだ結果、呼吸障害を起こした可能性が非常に
Respiratory failure. Oh.
状況やと知ってたら、私は彼の従軍を何としても止めたやろ。
先生、核に回復の見込みは。
もちろんある。
Oh, of course there is.
状態とは言えんが、医者として最善は尽くした。あとは各藩が目覚めるのが待つんや。
I really doubt he wakes up here, but we'll see. I think Ryuman's like feeling it though. He's like knowing everything that Kaku's maybe said to him, and he's kind of realizing it. Oh, I wonder if the doctor's just also trying to like motivate Ryuman to be like, he'll be fine, he'll recover. In reality, he's gonna die. He's like not giving him the truth.
戦局は極めて憂慮すべき状況にある。戦を制し、太平のように一歩近づくためには核、お前がおらなあかんねん。生きよ。生きて彼に託した策を。
Alright, let's go. We entrust to him shapes the realm's fate.
このような夜中に何用で？わし、いや私は辺境将軍隊幹事。
Do you think his title like holds weight enough to just like show up and get an audience with the emperor? Well, this guy just looks like Atario with a oh no, please leave, you know? This guy is definitely on the Taria payroll. There's no way he works for the Majesty. I wonder if Taria is going to be the one that lets him in. I wonder why he stopped spinning it. Was he like, alright, your joke's getting old, now it's time to beat your ass? Auditor Misumi, was it? Misunderstood something. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Does his station have the pull to get an audience with His Majesty? Yeah, they're definitely on the Taria side of not wanting to, well, one, just putting down the general Borderlands group, even though Misumi's probably done so much more for the country than these three shrimps have ever done, so... Oh, Taria's leading them. Yeah, if you give anything to this guy, he's not gonna deliver it to His Majesty. He's just gonna toss it in the trash. Surgard. Towards a witness fool like me. Alright, he's playing the... He's playing the self-decriminating role.
しかしながら、
However,
大臣らからの援軍要請の話はあれど、辺境将軍隊からはまだないはず。であれば、大和帝陛下にお取り次ぎしていた。
wait, what was his play there?
大臣らから
I understand that the ministers had already raised the matter of reinforcements, but no request has come from the Borderland General Corps.
であれば、大和帝陛下にお取り次ぎしていただくのが賢明な判断かと。物分かりの悪いお方や。
He's literally gonna pull his sword on him and seize him?
総書を預けたら済むもんを必要に拝謁を求めるとは。すでにお休みになられてはる陛下を自分のために呼んでこい言うてるようなもんては。そもそもこんな真夜中。
This is like such a Taria crew side of things. It's unbelievable. And Misumi should know this, right? He has experience with how, you know, they treat the commoners when they come and raided his village in episode 1. So he must have already thought he would have been disgraced like this just for being a Borderlands corpse person. Yeah, see Lord Tyria. That's all he had to say.
あなたを不敬罪とし断罪いたすが異論はないな。異論ないです。
Eh?
異論はないです。前提として私がほんまに不敬罪に値するんならですが。
Yeah. Run a trial.
最初に申した通り、わしは辺境将軍隊幹事としてここに参った次第。決してわし自身のために陛下をお呼びしてくれなどと申しておるわけではありません。そして戦争は国の命運を決する大事。その選択はくれぐれも明察せななりません。まさか守衛殿は目下の戦争に関わる休養と一夜のお休み、陛下がこの2つを天秤にかけた際、後者を選択するようなお方などでも。
Yeah, so Misumi's basically saying there, do you really think His Majesty would choose a good night's sleep over his nation, his people, his army, everything else that comes with this? And you're the person who's going to decide that for His Majesty? He's like, you can punish me if the Majesty truly thinks I bring him useless information and disrupted his sleep. Then punish me. But you're the one who's going to judge that before I even talk with him? Crazy. Yeah, and it seems like Taria is hiding information because if this request for troops has really reached His Majesty's ears, then why hasn't any been sent? Because it hasn't. So he's also saying there, does His Majesty also think that, you know, the General of Borderlands Corps, the one who oversees the nation's military, really needs to get restraint to come see him? Is kind of what I think Misumi's point is there. I don't know this one. Is he basically saying Taria's bribed the guards to not allow anyone to see His Majesty? So he was saying that if I give you my petition, I need to bribe you to actually give it to His Majesty? He won't see it until tomorrow morning. Yeah. Yeah. Then it would be on you. It's the guards. He's twisted you into a pretzel. Oh, there he is. There he is. And even Misumi's face went shocked, wide-eyed. That was awesome, though. Taria just rolled up at that perfect moment. That's enough. Alright, he's already prepared. He should just double it up. Within 2 seconds. Could you imagine if none of them did it within 2 seconds? All their heads would be gone. See, he is so shook right now, and this is definitely the reunion of mortal enemies. It's definitely Misumi and Daria. My apologies. Does he think like the peace sign over the eyes is like just always like, oh, you know I'm being real when the peace sign is over my eyeball?
せやけどよう遠くまで聞こえてたがごっつおもろい論人や
Amusing argument.
脳性改革を立案したというミスミ幹事か
お聞きくださり妨害の喜びにございます。
ね
I remember you well. Oh, he remembers the whole Saki incident.
覚えとる愛媛の末端死の間からわずかな年月でようここまで立身
Oh, shit. I think Misumi was surprised that Taria remembered him, but he really did shake Taria that day after he chopped his wife's after Taria chopped his wife's head off, and then he went through all of this like strategy and kind of stuff with Taria before he left.
大体3年
About 3 years, hasn't it? This is impressive on Taria's part.
から数えて本日で3年と3ヶ月に
Damn, he can pull out 3 years and 3 months since my wife's passing.
まあそれはそうとちょうど私も先々からの急報を受け援軍の件で拝謁するところでな今日は将軍隊からの援軍要請こそが肝心君はそれを深く理解しとるようや共に参るか
Oh, this is gonna be sick.
ぜひ
I like people who answer quickly.
2秒以内や
Eh? Oh, shit. Oh my god. I was not expecting him to chop the head off of the guard. I mean, that guy was full of himself, but that's why you should never, like, get in too deep with the Tarias, because, man, it could be over for you in 2 seconds.
共に参るかミスミ幹事ぜひ
I like people who answer quickly. Chop that guy's head off in 2 seconds.
2秒以内
Alright then, Yuki Nichi, 2 seconds. That guy's head better be off his fucking body. That's crazy.
戦に関わる休養で参った者を私の名を使うて断罪しようとするとは不愉快
Oh, he threw out his name even though he wasn't supposed to, I guess.
罪状は君の妻と
This charge is the same as your wife's. Damn, already playing mind games with Misumi right off the bat. Same as your wife's, throwing my name through the mud. Damn.
ミスミ
Damn.
静電休みどころへお連れし
Already trying to establish his dominance over Misumi.
私に行かせよう思ってて兄ちゃんの嫁はんの首
Damn, that is serious locked in eyes. I love this. This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Damn, this animation's so cool too. Like you can just feel the aura radiating off Misumi, and like the way they've done it to like make this serious locked in aura of like this is what we've been leading up to for like 9 episodes. This confrontation, this walk, the strut. It's so unbelievably good. And he has no allies here. Like, he's here by himself with no allies. Oh, he's doing a Ryuman off the bat. Oh, there's no way Taria's just like sitting in front of the Emperor, just like totally devaluing the Emperor, and he looks like he's about to like attack. Like he looks like he's a tiger, like perched up, like ready to strike.
遠京将軍隊幹事三角青輝が大和帝陛下に拝謁いたします。
Guardian lion dogs protect the bridge. I was like, where the hell we go? I thought we were still gonna be in the hall with Misumi, but instead we're going to Sune.
大和帝陛下に
This looks like where the thumbnail photo of Sune was, so I wonder what role Misumi gave Sune when he was doing this.
三角青輝
I can't wait, and this is the other thing I was thinking about earlier on. I think it was in between little stuff that I did in between these 2 episodes. I just can't wait till Sune is in battle. Like, could you imagine just the animation that we're gonna get when Sune is just going hardcore in battle? It's gonna be awesome.
君ごときに帝への拝謁が叶うとガチで思てんのかバリ痛いやつ
Well, it happened.
旧法によれば幽門辺境将軍は西夷軍の堺侵攻を受け籠城する構えを整えてはるとかこの人の性分からしてその目的はおそらく帝への援軍要請せやけど帝に援軍を要請したら十中八九あの男が出てくる
Yep.
平電機が軍権を掌握すれば龍門
Yep.
将軍の命が危ない。各軍師はこうなる前途を
Yep.
事前に彼に何か策を託してもら
Yeah.
うでしょうけど。
Sune's smart. Sune's smart for the most part. He isn't an idiot.
さすがに采配ミスちゃいますか。
But he can't put the final puzzle piece together. I feel a lot like Sune sometimes. Like, you can see the bigger picture, but you're like, what is the final puzzle piece of this strategy? I don't know. Misumi's got it, though. It clicked for him.
解決できたとしてもミスミアウテルごときに帝を動かすだけの力はない。今回ばかりは君の思い通りにはいかへんで。
Maybe he's already foreseeing that, and maybe it's just more of like putting Taria thinking he has this like hand up in this advantage, right? And he's gonna take his army, but in reality, they're kind of leading him into this trap. I don't know. Deputy Master of Arms Asuma, the Koryo horse is. Oh, this is for Sune. I'm like, who's this girl though? So this is what he's. Oh, he's making his own provisions?
時短のためや。ここはええから備品に抜かりないかチェックしといてくれ。
ちなみに今夜床入りをご予定されていた方
Oh, he just always. That's what someone else was talking to me about like 2 episodes ago that I missed. Was like there was lipstick on a cup or something, and he was like sweating, and he was with some women that night, and then they're like, this poor girl who's his like secretary is like, I have to arrange all these women to be here for Sune. And he's like, just bring them along, bring them in my carriage. We'll have fun during the ride up to Fuyuki before I go to war. Reschedule them for what day? They are. Oh wait, whoa. I think he said there are only the few that could satisfy me. They are some of the few who can actually satisfy me. Well, they must be pretty good in bed then, for Sune. He's like, make them happy. I actually like them.
今さっき私彼に配列は無理やとか言うてたやん。世話になってる嬢たちとの仰せを鳴らして
He's like, wait, but I'm actually kind of believing in his plan because I'm already doing what he's telling me to do to go to Fuyuki. Wait, he's like, wait, should I just stay with these girls? All right, let's do it. Nah, he's gonna go. He wants his honor too much in battle. Oh, you'll believe he'll pull it off. You believe him enough. I believe in some plain looking guy with a sideboarded hair, some backwoods. But you believe in him. That's because you semi love him. You secretly love him. You're like, oh, yep, I believe in him. I'll go do it anyway. So you better do it. No, it's pretty cool. They have a cool bromance. And he like he calls him out and he's like still sleeping. And like Taria's actually the one he has an audience with. You have 30 minutes. Better not waste a minute. Slap him awake. Get him ready.
さて陛下、ミスミ幹事は元首脳官としての知識を生かし、農政改定案を立案した先見の名ある人物、大正時にて孤立した我が軍は愚か、保護した民にまで食料が行き届かず、戦線はもっと結果になっていたでしょう。
Yeah, he's a really highly qualified person, and the Emperor's like, oh, you're so cool, you're such a cool guy. You're incredible. Could you imagine the Emperor saying that? Yep. Don't praise him too much now. Whoa. You might just get your head chopped off if you say another good word about Ryuman.
ミスミ幹事の功績をもってしても我が軍は切迫した状況にあります。お、そうな。目下戦線では征夷の侵略を許し多くの将兵が殺され女性や少年少女らも虐殺の被害に。
That is very true. My son.
どの次も異人に銃撃され重傷を負ったと聞きます。私も私の妻も不足のことを思うと。
Oh my God, what an act! And I think he kind of wanted this to happen to his son so that he could betray all this like poor work that Ryuman has done, which is crazy to put your son in that danger.
なんちゅう非道な奴らか。北地に住んでた彼らのご先祖様も泣いてはられることでしょう。
ね?
果たして正義の暴挙を許したのは誰の責任？
See, he's trying to put all this negative emotion on Ryuman. Who's responsible for letting Seii run rampant? Ryuman. But in reality, Taria just like made all of these plans up for Ryuman to go and do this stuff under the Emperor's orders that was always meant to fail. Is it me? A little bit. Is Ryuman. Misumi is like, oh god. Yeah. He's fled like a coward. He didn't want to be there with his 30,000 troops. He fled and has barricaded himself into this castle, not even doing anything. And allowed our citizens to be raped and killed and da-da-da. He's cooked up a good story to give out to the Emperor. And he's basically, what he just did there too, is he's undermined Misumi before Misumi's even had a chance to talk. Right, Your Majesty? I do not believe it is fit. No, he's already trying to... Mmm.
男がわしを参伝させた目的は辺境将軍隊の思惑を知り、それを帝の目前でくじくことやろう。あの男が
That man summoned me here to learn the Borderland General's intentions and then crush them before the Emperor's very eyes. I don't know how you break through the situation. How you defeat Taria when he has so much power in this room? No idea. Me, of course. Who's this girl? Some Taria glazer that he's probably screwing in the back? Oh my god, all these little cocksuckers. I'll go up there with 100,000 strong and defeat the Seii army. I mean, this has always been his goal. You're so wonderful, Taria. What if Misumi says, me? Let me replace Ryuman and go up there. I've already implemented all these good plans. I'm the one who's done all this. It is my right to replace Ryuman. No! Yes! Yes! Fight! Oh? Oh, he's dead. All the other people, they're like, uh-oh, his head's being chopped off. I don't even think these guys, they don't want Taria to be it. They're just like, I can't be killed. It's kind of that, like, the right general who basically sat back and got tied up because he has his family to think of and himself, and he's like, this is a pointless death if I die like this, because I'll just be replaced by another cocksucker who's gonna like suck Taria's dick, you know? So it's like, what are you gonna do in this scenario? I have no idea. Like, I don't really blame these guys other than they could have done something like Misumi and the General Borderlands. And they could have joined their group, which I guess you can kind of blame them for that, but guaranteed beheading. Oh, why don't you just shut up and let the guy talk? Well, if you let me talk, it maybe wouldn't be pointless. Oh, well, you haven't let me talk about the other point. Oh, God, how can this girl like this man? How can she like that old fart? How could she be blushing about that old fart who just does the 16-year-old girl eye poses? Wow. You gotta be a different breed if you're into that, man.
責任者がおるとでも。はいはい陛下、私思い出しました。何よれば、三角幹事が職権を
Abuses his authority. I don't think he's ever abused his authority. If anything, he runs the most fair authority of all time.
辺境将軍隊属員らを処刑や流罪にし、己が名声を高めることに奮骨。
That elevate his own reputation.
こたび参伝して。
When have I ever gone out and marketed or tried to elevate my own reputation? All I do is I do the correct thing, and the people like it because it's the correct, just action.
理由も、己が名声を高めるためでは。
This girl is like the perfect plant for Daria. It's a perfect plant.
そうなんです、陛下。この人、援軍の指揮官にふさわしい。
He's been going around dropping hints.
行為もほどほどになさいませ。
Okay, well, what is Taria doing? All Taria is trying to do is the same thing, you dumb. You dummy. I did go by and I'm like, damn, someone's laughing like just like Misumi. But he's like, I'll laugh too because what you're saying is so freaking funny because it's not even close to what I'm trying to do. I was like, wait, this guy kind of looks like Misumi, but I'm like, there's no way Misumi's laughing. He's like, he's like, what you're saying is the biggest joke of all time. I just had to laugh.
井の中の蛙、その大会を知らず。普段は井戸の中におるカエルがこのような場におられたとは意外でした。
Do you?
Even Daria liked that statement. Even Daria liked that statement of right the frog in its well. Like you haven't ventured out or done anything. You haven't been to the front of the battle lines. You haven't seen what I've seen with the common people and the actions that they're doing that I'm disciplining. All you know is your teeny little well. You haven't experienced anything, and you're just like a frog stuck in this manipulation. And the emperor's literally like, frog, oh my god, frog. How can you be scared of a frog? They don't even do anything. So accustomed to its well. Such great wordplay and manipulation.
Do you?
I even love that Taria loved it. Taria loved that shit. The emperor's so embarrassing. Damn, he's stating the facts there. It's like all you people, every single one of you in here just want to raise your own popularity. But what I'm doing is I'm actually trying to raise a just system, an authority of the law for Yamato. And by me doing the just thing over and over again, it has elevated my popularity. It's not like I asked for it. I'm just doing the correct thing, and the people have realized it, and it's elevated my own name. I haven't tried once to go and elevate it for myself. Yeah, shows how not qualified you are. Yeah. Yeah. You're so dumb. Chop her head off. 2 seconds. Let's hear it, man. Sune? Is he literally gonna say Sune? Oh no, I thought he was gonna say Sune, and that's why he said get ready to go to Fuyuki. Okay. Alright. I don't see how that actually helps the Yamato army. Other than, right, we know Sei's strategy. Sei's strategy is to retreat all the way back into the Sei capital where there's the harsh winter conditions. And if Misumi kind of knows, oh, that might be their strategy, is to get our 100,000 troops, go on this, and like Sei's strategy would actually work. So how do we get around doing this? We don't even send reinforcements. because we know they're not even going to try to push further down into Yamato. So if we don't send reinforcements and they just start retreating, nobody's chasing after them.
待ってどういうこと彼さっきから何を言うてんの
Hey,
ほな君はここに何をしに
then what did you come here for?
陛下より撤退の勅書を賜りたく。
撤退ヤマトは降伏
陛下より
I've come to request an imperial edict from your majesty ordering withdrawal.
勅書を賜りたく。
撤退ヤマトは降伏
Yamato surrender. Like, look at this face from Taria. He's like, no, because that ruins all the plans that he is like perfectly set up. Because I think he's really been meticulous about setting up this whole Seii invasion. Because right, he sent that issue to Seii in like episode 2 or 3 of saying you must surrender now, and it basically stirred up the whole Seii army to come in and basically attack, right, to get Wajima in this like leadership role and then to come and attack Yamato because they felt threatened. So he planned that all along, and then he also planned to like sacrifice Ryumon to get his position as general. So everything was going Taria's way until this exact moment where he's like, I say we withdraw, order a withdrawal, back down, because if he does that, then that ruins Taria's position here. And I think he also kind of thinks that Sei is also going to withdraw, right? They're going to go attack the Yamato army, and then they're going to go back up into their capital. So I kind of think that's what he's thinking about here. Look at those eyes. I love the way that they animate the eyes in this show. I just love the way they animate the eyes. Especially Misumi's. They always give that like bluish kind of glow to it. That looks cool.
いやいやありえへんやろ民はどうすんねん領土は捨てるっちゅうんか暴論や暴論
Lie on the firewood and persuade the heavens. I mean, that's what it takes to persuade this whole group of people to withdraw. Another strategy I didn't see coming. Withdrawal? Do I fully understand it? No, but I think I explained it decently well enough that we already know Sei's strategy is to retreat back to their capital, harsh winter conditions, and if Yamato followed them, it probably would be the downfall. Like, we've seen it in actual, like, real world history where we saw, I think it was the French, right? They went to invade Russia and then they basically got stuck in like the harsh winter months of Russia, and I think it was Napoleon, wasn't it? Napoleon's like biggest downfall was that he didn't account for like how harsh of a winter Russia has, and it basically ended up killing his army and defeat in his loss of the war. So we've seen it in history, and we know it could be an effective strategy for people that are accustomed to that climate. So it is a good strategy, but the retreat, and if he already knows that Sei's gonna retreat, then I guess it's like, oh, we're both gonna fully retreat. So I don't know, but once Sei gets wind of it, then what do you do from there? Because that's where you're like, you really gotta like hold tight and like not get the word out somehow, which I don't know how that's gonna be possible, but I'm excited to see next episode, because there's no way that I really don't think they're gonna get a retreat to happen. So I'm excited. If you guys enjoyed the reaction, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. It helps me grow this community so that more and more people can see my content, and we can get more interactions and be able to do more cool stuff. So I appreciate all of you. Make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching to the end. I'll see you next time.